Okay, hello, welcome everyone. Back again we are for another Chatty Art session with myself and Sandra. I'm Janet, by the way, if you didn't know already, and if you haven't seen any more of our episodes. So here we go. Today I'm going to be talking about some logos that I've designed, and I'm going to share some on the screen, and Sandra is going to comment and see what she thinks as we go through them. Right, Sandra? You ready for this?
That sounds like the plan. Yep.
Okay, let me just quickly share my screen. Okay, so this is my company. I'm called GM Creative, and this is my design portfolio. So this is the first one I've done. This was early on in my career. So these are my beginning designs. So these three I came up with a company named A Place to Be. And basically it's a community company with heart at the center. So I designed three designs first, and then they decide which one they want to go for. So what do you think, Sandra? Which one would you go for if you were this?
Oh, wow. Oh boy. Probably I like the top one.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the client themselves, they chose the bottom one there with the tree. And so what I do from there on is then I choose three color schemes that they want to go for. So these were the three options I gave them in terms of colors.
Now, when you do the color thing, like does the client ever say, I want these colors, or do they just say, oh, just leave it up to you? Or like, how does that work?
Yeah, I have a conversation with them and I'll say, do you have a basically color scheme in mind? What colors would you like? And then yes, some do, others don't. I might give them, and based on what basically the company is, I might sort of think, oh, it's a heart-based company. They're about growth here. So for this one specifically, I use natural colors in nature. So like the sky, the sun, and the earth. Those were the three I chose. And
Great.
so do you know which one they chose?
Oh, let's see. The top one.
Yep. Let me see the big reveal.
Oh,
Was the sun,
bummer.
yes. That's the one they went for. So
That's
yeah, that was
nice.
that.
Yeah, pretty.
And then the
Yeah.
next company I worked for was he was a counselor, basically a healing counselor, and he did a lot of work with Toltec healing, which is
Okay.
Mexican based. And so these were the three designs I went for him. And he wanted me to include this Toltec kind of look. Just if you don't know, this is kind of what a Toltec design is. So that's where the design specifically in the middle came from, as you can see.
Yeah.
Which one would you choose if this was your
Oh,
counseling?
yeah. The deeper coaching top one.
Right, yeah.
The one I like.
He went for that one. And so that were the three color schemes. Again, he did have in mind what colors he wanted. He wanted sort of muted colors. So yeah, these were the three I came up with for him. Do you have a specific you like out of these three?
I like the bottom green one.
Okay.
And the winner is,
And he
come
went
on,
for,
teaser.
yes,
Okay. All right.
the red and the green. Yeah, he loved that one.
That red, it looks brown.
Well, it is like a browny red, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
gotta
got
be
that
like,
earthy tones, which is what he
yeah.
wanted. He wants those earthy colors.
Okay, cool.
And then these are just some other designs that I've come up with over the years working with different companies. This was a community-led company, again, more permaculture based. So that's why we've got the leaves in the middle. And he actually turned this into an animation on his website, which was quite cool with the people
Yeah.
moving around.
Yeah, I love that.
And then we have a health company here, which was based around, they wanted a daisy specifically in the design. So that's why that one specifically got chosen.
Nice and clean looking.
Thanks. And then we have, this was from my training days. So we had to design basically for some mints. And this was the design I came up with. And
That's fun. That one's kind of like comical, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
yeah, I can see that like on a candy bar wrapper or something. That's cool.
Yeah. And
Next.
then there's a fashion.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
something, yeah, quite elegant. That's why I like the flair on that one. And then just to show it on a business card as well, how it would look, because, that's where your logo is definitely going to be placed.
Yeah.
And then a health and well-being one again. So this was just for training purposes. And yeah,
Is that
that's
it?
it.
Oh,
So yeah, if
there
you
we
want to
are.
see more of my designs, that's my website, jmcreative.art. You can see more of my logos there, along with my acrylic works and different things like that. So let me just stop
Awesome.
sharing, and then it's back to us. So you have any questions?
Yeah, I do. So like, how do you go about, like, let's say if I wanted to have one made, like, how would you charge me for something?
Well, I would see exactly what you're asking for, and then I have a scale that I work with. So I start with 100 for a very basic one, and then 250 if it gets quite detailed. So that's pretty much it.
Okay, good. So that's really reasonable then.
Yeah, because it's something that you're
And
going to
and
use.
like, so like, do you have a time period that, like if I say, oh, I need it within 2 weeks, is that possible?
Yeah, I'll always schedule it in to make sure it is. I would tell the client, depending on how much work I've got on, obviously, but yeah, I do aim to get it within that period. I don't want to leave it too long. Sometimes it's very important that companies, when they come to you, they don't want somebody who's going to take months and months. So yeah, 2 weeks would be my
Right,
max.
right. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that was really interesting. I've never done anything like that. Now I know like you do a lot of doodling too.
I do, yes.
Yeah, so that would be really fun to see some of that too. Do
Yeah,
you
well,
have it
you do
handy?
use doodling actually when you're doing a logo, you design at the beginning because you're sketching a lot of ideas, and I'll get online and look for inspiration, and then I'll just use a pencil and doodle away, and I'll have loads, and then I'll show the client, what do you think? Is any of these jumping out to you? And that's how I come to get those three designs as well. It helps me come together and just narrow it down to three.
Hmm. And do you have that doodle close by that you can show us what you've just done?
Yeah, I can. I'll just go and get it. Won't be a moment.
Okay, great. Yes, she's done this fabulous doodle work. I don't know. I don't have the patience for that type of artwork that she does, so she does very unique and detailed type of work.
Okay. Here we go. This is
So,
something I've just
okay.
been, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh, you've done more work since I seen it last.
Yeah,
That
I
is
just added a few
gorgeous.
more details. Yeah. And the dots, what I
Wow.
use for that? It's that whiteout, that you cut to
Oh,
cover
oh
Tipex,
my,
we call it.
oh my gosh, that's crazy, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that just to put the white dots on there and get a bit closer, you can see. Yeah,
Oh,
worked quite well.
wow. What
So
made you
yeah,
think of using that? That's really creative.
I know you just look at what's around in the house, and it's like, oh, that could, yeah, let's use some of that. Yeah. So I did, and there
That's
we go. Oh, we have it.
that's that's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, there's lots you can
Wow.
do. That's it. It's just like using what's around your house. I think that's what designers came up with initially, didn't they? They looked at nature, they got trees, they were able to chop trees down, make houses. It's like we use
Yeah.
nature in everything. So it's like, what's in the house? What do you use? Like, there's all kinds of things that we use. We just don't think about using it in art, whereas I do. I'm
Yeah.
kind of like non-conventional in that sense. I'm just grab what's nearby.
Okay, how long did it take you to make that completely?
Oh gosh, it took a day, but it like over a day probably, but hours, I was spending hours. You just get lost in it, a doodle, you really do. I think that's why a lot of people are now, you can find those books that you can buy with more, and you just color them
Yeah.
in because it's very
Yeah.
therapeutic. Yeah, it is. It just takes you out of your mind. You're so focused on just the detail that, yeah, it takes you out
Wow.
of your head. It's really good like that. Mhm.
Wow. Yeah, that's really cool. I'm glad that you showed me that because I was dying to see the end result.
Oh, good. Yeah, pleased you like it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think it's
Right.
got a mosaic look, that one.
It does. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, that would look really cool on some backsplash of a kitchen sink or something. You know how they
Mhm.
along the wall, the tiles,
Yeah. I
like
know, I
kind
think
of,
it's fun how these people come up with like designs for sort of bedding and carpets and all this kind of thing. They've got to come with something because it's then a pattern that's just carried out, isn't it? Wallpaper as well,
yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been told I'd be good at doing stuff like that, for wallpaper and things. So yeah. There's
Very
more things to
good. Wow.
explore.
Well, thanks a lot for sharing that. That's
Oh, you're
awesome.
welcome. Pleased you enjoyed it. Right.
Yeah.
So there we
Any-
have it. That's all about logos. If you've got any questions or any comments, please leave below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Right, Sandra?
Yeah.
We need those likes and we need those.
We're gonna start talking about likes and subscribe because we don't normally, but we know it's time to start doing that. So please do
Yeah.
that. We appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. And if
All
you
right.
click that bell, remember, you'll know when we're going to post another video, because at the moment, you know, we're doing it at different times, but we will get to a place where
Right.
we'll post them quite regularly. So you'll know exactly when we're going to have another Chatty Art up and running. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Very good. Okay. Thank you, Janet.
You're welcome. Yeah. Nice chatting with you as always, Sandra. And yeah, come up with
See
some
you
more
next
ideas
Chatty
and we'll
Art.
be back here soon.
Right. Okay. See ya.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.